Hi, in this session we are going to learn about JavaScript concat, white spaces and semicolon. So let's get started. What exactly is concat in JavaScript? If you think that you want to join multiple arguments and printing them on a single line, you should be using concat. A concat is mainly used for joining many arguments and printing them on a single line. So in JavaScript, a concat can be done with plus operator. So for this, I would like to show you a couple of examples. So let's get into started about the coding work. So right now I'm on a desktop, and that too in JavaScript folder. And if you see, we have variables, and I would just go here and give a name called concat. So I'm just going to create this page. Let's say, how do I create it is take a text document and just go with the text document, double click on it, file, save as, and I'm going to put down a name concat and white spaces.html. So I've got this file concat and white spaces. So I'm going to double click. The page shows nothing because the container has still to be written. So let's go and edit this. Firstly, let's go for developing the skeleton of the page. So I've got this body tag, and I'm just going to put down some title here, concat in JavaScript, save it, and now we'll just go there and double click so that it will show on the browser. So right now you are seeing this here, concat in JavaScript. That is because you have written that in title. So in the body tag, we are going to give a title h1, and I'm going to say concat in JavaScript. So that will be written on my website on a h1 tag, concat in JavaScript. I want to have a little bit of decoration to this h1 tag. So I'm going to go and get some previous coding. This is where I'm going to go and get it. So I'm just going to go here and get the style and length. So pasting it here. Now if you see, there is already h1 design. So that will be affected like this. Okay. So concat in JavaScript. Now that I have design done, let's go and write something in a div, and I'm going to say this high, break high. So because we are writing in div, this is probably moving towards left side 50 pixel because the CSS is already designed saying padding left 50 pixel. So it's moving from 50 pixel, and it has got some line height here, which is giving a distance between line to line. So I'm happy with this. Now that my JavaScript is kept inside the div, so whatever you are writing will be kept inside the div only. So let's start. I've got something like var a is equal to 10 and var b is equal to 20. So I've got two different argument variables. Now to print it, document.write, I'm going to say original value of a is equal to plus a, and I'm going to decorate it with bold and a break. Now let's put down here bold. So this is trying to go and print this original value of a is equal to 10. So if you see here, from quotation to quotation is a single argument because this is just a one single string, and we are joining it with plus. Plus in JavaScript is treated as concat. So we have 1, 2 and 3. So this is trying to join 3 arguments, and just it got printed on a single line. So if you don't join this with plus, that means it is not trying to join it. In JavaScript, you have to join it with plus. So this is leading an error and displays nothing. So I'm going to concat it with plus. So in JavaScript, concat can be done using plus argument. So you might be going with many kind of concats. So let's go and do this again. Document.write. Value of a, just put it in bold, value of a is equal to plus a, and then I'm giving a comma within the quotation, and the value of b is equal to plus b, and break it. So I'm going to put down here also bold. So if you see here, from quotation to quotation 1, then we are joining a, 2, again from quotation to quotation 3, again joining b, 4, and then from here to here 5. So this 5 arguments are joined and printed on a single line. and that was done only through concat, which is plus. So plus in JavaScript is treated as concat. Okay, so let's go with our notes and see what exactly we have next. So our next topic is white spaces and line break. JavaScript ignores spaces, tabs, and new lines that appear in JavaScript program. You can use a space, tab, and new lines freely in the program, and you are free formatting and indent your program in a neat and consistent way that makes the code easy to read and understand. So here in JavaScript, white spaces or tabs are just allowed. It's just a kind of negotiating, and you can just add spaces. Okay, so to explain this example, let me show you it. So alright, I'm on a browser. Now I'm going to go and copy this from here to here as a h1, but this was not the h1 which is written in the script. But right now I'm trying to print this in a script, so you need to use document.write to print it. So I'm just using document.write, and I'm going to put down a title here that I'll be taking this one. So I'm going to take a title called, so I'm going to take this one, white line and breaks. Okay, so instead of concat in JavaScript, I'm going to put down this here. Just going with not this one, I'm just putting this one. See, I'm going to put down this one, white space and line break. So here is going to be printed in JavaScript. So let's go and run this. You can see it, this is a title, but this title is moving towards the left side because this is all the h1 kept inside the div, and anything you keep in div will move left side. So I'm going to close this div so that this div will be closed here, so it will work. Now next thing is, if I'm going to write something like document.write, I'm just going to put down hi there. So if you write something as a printing method, this will again continue to start from here because it's not kept in div, because div is closed. So I'm just going to start here the div so that the content will start away from here. So this is how I'm writing the content. Now let's go back to our work, and I'm going to put down here something called white spaces. So document.write, rather me writing, let me copy this statement and I'm going to print it here. And if you can see here, I'm giving a lot of space. Okay, so I'm just pushing a space here, maybe a lot of space. So this is probably still working the same, so it doesn't have any problem. And semicolons, if you don't close also, it's working properly, or you close also, it is working. So white spaces are allowed, so you might be going with spaces, it just negotiates. Okay, so that was a white space. JavaScript treats white space as a regular printing, or just it ignores the white spaces. Okay, the next topic we have is semicolon are optional. So let me explain this statement. I'm going to copy this again here and print it here, and I'm going to take this title semicolon are optional, and I'll print it for you here. So let's go and run this here. So semicolon are optional. So let me explain this statement. So I'm going to put down var a is equal to 10, or else let's just go with var is equal to 10, var a is equal to 20. So I've got this values. So document.write value of a is equal to plus a plus bold and a break. So I'm going to start here bold, and let's go not adding a semicolon, and I'm going to put down the same thing, value of b is equal to b. So is this going to work or not? Let's find out. Yeah, it's working, but that's optional. You write semicolon here as the end of the line, or you don't write, it works. Unlike C and PHP, semicolons are mandatory, but in JavaScript semicolon are optional, and these have some conditions. If you suppose put down this on a single line, this won't work. So make sure you have semicolon mandatory here. So if you're on a single line, you have to make that explain that this is an argument value, end of the argument. And if you're just going with semicolon, that will be the end of the argument, and it will treat next argument as a variable. So if you're writing on a different line, it's an optional, so it's working. and if you don't close also, or if you close also, it's working. Now here also I didn't close, but if you close it here also, it still probably work. So that is something you have to understand about the topic white spaces and semicolons. So I've got a new nicely written notes here. Semicolon are optional. Semicolon statements in JavaScript are generally followed by a semicolon character, just as they are in C language or C++ in JavaScript. However, this is going to be writing like this, but when formatted on a single line as follows, you must use semicolon. So if you're on a single line, you have to be strictly closing with semicolon. That makes the argument value end of the line. So that is something you have understood about concat white spaces and semicolon, and I'll be on the next topic with this data types. Okay, see you on the next session.